out with it.
I'm teasing.
I know.
We're on the air. It's live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, depending on what time zone you're in. This is Len, and this is Lunch with Len and Laura. And, well, welcome. We're glad to see you here today. Laura, do you have anything you want to say?
Aloha.
Aloha? Have you moved to Hawaii?
No, but doesn't that sound nice? So hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. I'm sorry, but I already ate my lunch. So feel free to go ahead and eat your lunch while we talk.
So hello, Carol. Hello, Cynthia. Hello, Iselina. And there is Larry Ryan. He's joined us. Where is Chris? Oh my God, Chris isn't here. It's the end of the world. Something's gone wrong. We better stop and wait.
I bet you she'll be here soon.
She's
I got a
usually
message from somebody.
no more than 1 minute late.
Oh, okay.
Anyhow, small group today. So we're gonna, as we were requested to do last week, last Thursday, we started a conversation on how to improve your reach on Facebook, some do's and don'ts for Facebook. And I still have the list in front of me. And to be perfectly honest, it was a fairly long list, and we got through a lot of it, but not all of it. And the consensus seemed to be that people wanted to continue with that conversation. So we're going to continue with the conversation of improving your reach on Facebook. And we may, to be honest with you, we may end up touching on a few things that we touched on last Thursday, as well as some new stuff today that we haven't talked about. Laura, did you want to start off with hashtags? Is that where we're going?
Yeah, there was something that I wanted to go over, and something that happened. I guess I could just go into it. So I just posted on my page that it was a question. It was, did you know that hashtags are really most useful when your page is set to public? And Len and I are we're going to demonstrate why that's important. Is that okay, Len?
We are?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Well, or I could just tell them, that's fine. So anyway.
I'd be happy to demonstrate. You want me to go do the search that we talked about earlier?
Yeah, that would be, well, I don't want to use that name, so no, that's okay. I'll just tell them. So basically what happened was there's a person that I've been talking to, and I noticed that she's using a lot of hashtags in her posts, which is really, really great, because when you use hashtags, people can search those hashtags and they can find your posts really easy. So that's a really good thing. But the problem is, if you're using these hashtags in your posts and people are searching for them, like you hope that they would, if your post in your profile is set to public, is not set to public, the only people who are going to see those are your friends. So if you want to go outside of your friends because you're prospecting and you want to engage with new people, and you want to get to know them and attract them, then you're going to have to, in order for this to work well, how it's intended, is you need to make sure that your profiles are set to public. And this also goes for Instagram, Twitter, and I know it may be basic for many people, but some people who are new, they just might not know this. So that's why I just wanted to mention it. And before I forget, Larry and I just had a quick discussion about Facebook Lives.
Right.
Can we go there next?
Let's go there. Absolutely.
Okay. So there's a couple of different things that I wanted to mention. We've been doing lives for quite a while now, and what I realized is not all pages timelines are created equal. And for instance, Larry and I were just talking, and what we found was I can do a Facebook Live on my cell phone, on my timeline, in a group, and also on a page. All right from my computer, right from my phone, and right from my iPad, And so we were trying to figure out what the difference was between how come I can and how come he can't. And one thing, Larry, that Len actually brought to my attention after I was talking to him about it before the show, was I forgot to ask you if you were running Chrome, because running Chrome makes a huge difference in a lot of these things, that a lot of the tools that are out there. And so I can tell you that I run nothing but Chrome unless I'm having problems. And if I'm having problems, I may use, I don't even know what else is on my computer. I might use Microsoft Edge or Internet Explorer or something, like, just to figure out what that is. But the majority of the time, I would say like 99% of the time, I'm using Chrome. And so yeah, so tell me, what are you using? If you're using Chrome, then we might have to do a little bit more research. You are running Chrome. Okay, so yeah, we'll have to do a little bit more research then, because the only other thing I was thinking is if somebody is not doing live videos, maybe Facebook doesn't give you those tools until you start doing more of them.
Well, depending on the page you're on, there's a more. If you pull down the more and look at it, because sometimes the live is hidden behind the more button.
Yep, and that's true. And I remember Chris telling us that the last time. And you've tried all four. Okay. Well, Chris did tell us that. I think it was a few weeks ago. And when Larry asked me that question, I was like, I know the answer. And we went right to his page and we looked at what icons he had there after it said more.
Mm-hmm.
And he did have a more, but he was missing two of the icons, and one of them was the live video. So, whoops. So it was really weird that that all of the other icons were there, except for there was two of them. I forget what the other one was, but the other one was live video. So since we don't know for sure right now, it's just something that we will, I'll research and I'll get back to Larry.
Okay, yeah, that's really strange. So
yeah, see if we can figure it out.
If you're running Chrome, the live button should, as far as I know, everybody has the ability to do Facebook Live right now. Well, everybody except Larry.
Yeah, well, no, and I know lots of people that don't. And this was one of the discussions. Haha, Larry, I got your back, buddy. No, but there was a lot of discussion where, like, not everybody has the availability yet. And we thought maybe it's just because they didn't roll it out to everybody all at once. And that's what we thought. But we were also thinking by now everybody should have it.
It doesn't work for Carol either.
Huh.
Are you running Chrome also, Carol? I'll wait for Carol to answer that. Did you see there was an earlier question Carol asked? No, Carol asked about hashtags. She says, I don't even know how to create a hashtag.
Oh, okay. Well,
so you want to address that?
Sure. Okay. Well, I started out, let's see. So if you want to use your hashtag in Facebook, and let's just say you create a post and you say something engaging like, my dog Toby loves to run around in the sun and he's kind of crazy. Maybe it's the dog food he ate. Ha ha ha. Now, in that post, you can actually put a number sign in front of the word dog, and people who will search dog will see your post as long as it's public. And it doesn't have to be, I like to put them in the meat of the message, but people can also put them on the bottom, you know, just separately. Hashtag dog, and hashtag is the number sign. Hashtag dog, and then you can space it. Now, if your dog is a beagle, you can say hashtag beagle. And so the more specific you are, the better engagement you might attract. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So what's the
She
purpose?
wants to know how do you, okay, she wants to know how to create one. Well, if you want to create your own hashtag, and like Len has Lunch with Len. Do you have Lunch with Len, or is it daily videos?
No, I have Coffee with Len.
Okay, Coffee with
Yeah.
Len. So so there's a website out there that you go to and you register your hashtag. I've done it recently because I added my daily, Laura's daily video. So it's hashtag, or no, hashtag Laura's daily minute. And I created that. So, so Carol, if you need to know what that is, I will send that to you.
Well, but I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure that's the question. Are you actually trying to create a hashtag or just understanding how to use them? Creating a hashtag is as simple as putting the hashtag sign, the number sign, and then whatever you want to put after it. You can put hashtag anything you want. So
Okay.
So the real fundamental question, there are two aspects to this. One is, how do you use hashtags? You use hashtags to make it easier to find people, make it easier for people to find whatever it is you're talking about. So if you're talking about organic food, you might want to put hashtag organic food in your post. And that way, anyone who types in the hashtag organic food is going to find your post. It's going to come up. Okay. So, I mean, for example, go to the Facebook search bar and type in hashtag Coffee with Len, and you'll find that every Coffee with Len video I've ever done is going to show up in the list. Well, I don't know if everyone's going to show up, but most of them are. So, so you can use hashtags to make it easier for people to find. You can also use hashtags for you to find. So let's say you want to find people that are posting about organic food. You can put hashtag organic food up in the search bar, and all the posts about organic food are going to show up. And then you can run down through them, right? And it works very well on Twitter, works on Instagram. Actually, I don't know that. Does it work well on Instagram?
Instagram, both, yeah, Instagram and Twitter. You can use the search field to try to see the same search feature.
Now, there's a different level question, and that is, can you register a hashtag and so that it sort of belongs to you? And the answer is yes, you can. And that's what Laura was referring to. There's actually an organization that you can go out to and you can register the hashtag, and then it belongs to you. So hashtag Coffee with Len is registered to me.
No, you don't put a space between the names. The other thing is, if you don't register it and you just use it every single time, it's going to show up.
Yeah.
So if you use it in every single post, Carol Earl, if you do hashtag CAROLEARL, no space, if you put that in every single post that you do, if somebody ever searched it, then they will see your post that you did using that hashtag. Oh, Roxanne wants to know how you register your hashtags.
I forget the name of the organization, to be honest with you. You don't apparently remember it either. We'll have to go find it.
Yeah, I was gonna go look it up because I just did it recently when I did my new you were the one that told me where to go.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I'm good at telling people where to go, but sometimes I don't remember where I told them to, what. Never mind.
So I'll find that. And here's another hint.
TWUBS, TWUBS. Are you there? You went quiet. What happened?
Sorry about that. I clicked on the wrong button. So I'll find out where to.
It is. It's TWUBS. It's TWUBS. TWUBS. That's where Coffee with Len is registered.
Yes. Okay. It was TWUBS. Okay.
Oh, Carol, I don't know. Just type TWUBS into the Google search bar. You'll find it. It's right there.
Yeah. And by the way, I wanted to mention this to everybody because not everybody, I don't know how many people know this or not. If you know this, you can type yes in the chat. But here's my question. If you don't know how to do something, did you know you can pretty much Google anything? Did you know that? Type in yes if you know that. I want to see how many people knew that. Yes. Okay, Chris.
Yeah, I'm sure Chris knows it.
Yep. Okay.
So Chris, this is something else that Chris probably knows the answer. Chris, we've got a couple of people that are still struggling with getting Facebook Lives to work. Are you aware of, do some people still not have Facebook Live? Is it released to every user in the world, or is it still rolling out? Oh, so Carol and Larry are both struggling with Facebook Lives. We'll see what Chris has to say about that. Chris knows about things. She's pretty knowledgeable.
She does.
So,
okay. Do we have any questions that were out there before we move on?
Okay. So, one of the other things that we wanted to talk about, Cynthia doesn't have it either, Facebook Live.
Okay. Yeah, as long as you have Chrome and you're looking. I don't know, but 2 out of the 3 pan pages have it, one still does not.
Really? That's strange. That's really strange.
Yeah, and I remember her saying that a couple weeks ago. Roxanne doesn't have it on her fan page yet either. Okay.
Carol,
I had wondered, Larry has it on his phone, but not his laptop. And I had wondered if the more you do them, the more that Facebook is going to make them available to you. I don't know. And I was wondering if anybody is going to start doing Facebook Lives, maybe that's a way we can test it. That'd be kind of cool to find out if you start doing Facebook Lives. I wonder if Sue has it, because Sue started doing Facebook Lives now.
You know what? I got an idea. Let's not do it right now, but let's obviously right at this instant. But let's do a Zoom and invite everyone who wants to do a Facebook Live but doesn't have the icon, and that way we can screen share and we can look at these and see if we can figure out what's going on.
Oh, great idea. Okay.
So I don't know when a good time to do that would be, or maybe next week on Lunch with Len we do a Zoom instead of a webinar on there so we can screen share. Larry's going to be on Tuesday. We're going to be doing a post-it on Tuesday, or post planner. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe next Thursday we can look at Facebook Live and see, or Larry or Carol, anyone else who's having trouble with Facebook Live, we can get together and do a screen share and see if we can figure out what's going on.
Okay. And good answer, Roxanne. She said she does Facebook Lives Monday through Friday, except for this week since last August. So she doesn't think it's because of that. Okay. All right. That's good feedback. Thank you.
Okay. Strange.
It is.
Alrighty then. So there's another thing that we wanted to chat a little bit about, and that is this surfaced last week. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and do a screen share.
Okay.
Before I do, let me make sure before I do that I can actually find what I'm looking for. Hopefully. So I'm going to do a screen share, and
Okay.
well, no, I'm not. All right, there I am.
So Roxanne, can you please tell us, are you doing your live from your computer or from your phone? Oh, okay, she's doing them on her iPad. And Sue, are you doing your lives right from your laptop, or are you doing yours from your cell phone? I'm kind of curious.
While you're waiting for that, can you see my screen?
Yep, we can. Well,
Okay.
I can.
Well, I'm going to assume everybody can. I'm sharing to everybody. So here's a link that we can post in the chat or post somewhere. But here's the message behind the link. Sort of an interesting message. If you haven't seen this, you might want to rethink what you're liking on Facebook, because these buttons have a different level of meaning than just simply a like. So, for example, Facebook's reactions have turned one, and the company's finally revealing how it's revamped the buttons on your news feed. It turns out the company weighs reactions: love, haha, wow, sad, and angry over likes. So if you just like someone's post, that may not carry as much weight in Facebook as loving their post, or feeling sad about their post, or feeling angry. So the emotions carry more weight than a simple like does. And why is that important? It's especially important for those of us who are syndicating each other's material, because the purpose of our syndication is, and I'll put this link in the chat. But the purpose of the syndication is to help each other's posts get a higher ranking, if you like, or showing in the news feeds. So what happens is, if we just like each other's posts, then we're not doing each other as much of a favor as if we loved the post, or if we used some other wow,
yeah, wow, or angry, or yeah.
So that's important to know, because
So that's a good point.
Up until a week ago, I had no idea. I didn't know that. Okay, so we've been merrily going along just liking posts, and when we're doing the syndications, thinking that that's doing some good. Well, it is doing some good, but it's not doing as much good as if we loved the post or hated it or whatever. So as far as we know, love, hate, anger, the other emotions have the same weight as each other. Love isn't more important than hate, but they're all more important than like. So, and yeah, well, I'm doing the Twitters too. I've been doing the Twitters too, Larry. That's a different conversation, because we have two different syndication groups going here. One is the SiSi Syndication, and the other one is the syndication in Lynn and Laura's Green Team. So we've got two different syndications. In the SiSi Syndication, there is no Twitter; it's just Facebook. Okay. So some of the things that that we talked about last week on Facebook, we talked about some mistakes people make, posting too many pictures, of making your Facebook page look like a billboard for a company. You just don't want to do that. I'm just looking down the list here. Were there some other things that we wanted to talk about, Laura? Did you have anything else specific on your mind today to talk about here?
No, I just,
I'm going to jump into friend requests in a minute and a couple of other things.
no, go ahead. I don't have anything off the top of my head right now.
Okay. So we talked about a lot of stuff last week, and I'm not going to go over it all again today because, well, it'd be repetitive. So for those of you who may not have been on last week's webinar or want to replay, it's last Thursday's Lunch with Len, and they're all out there. And if you need any help finding them, just ask me for them. But one of the things that I wanted to come back to is handling friend requests. And the reason is that I was involved in a conversation this week where a friend request was, here's what you want to do. If you get a friend request that is obviously bogus, it's obviously like one of our team members had his page copied, if you like, and a friend request came out, and it was very cleverly done. It really, really looked real. It was very hard to tell for sure that it wasn't real. But once you've determined that a friend request isn't real, what you want to do with it is you want to report it back to Facebook immediately. And don't worry about hurting your friend's feelings. You're not hurting your friend's feelings. He doesn't even know this thing exists. Okay? You want to report it to Facebook. So when you go up into the friend request where it asks you if you want to accept the friend request, when you say no, the next thing it asks you is this spam? And you want to say yes. And you want to report it to Facebook. And Facebook is very, very good at getting these bogus friend requests taken down. I mean, they disappear really fast once they're reported.
And the other thing is, you can also report it as a fake. If you know for sure that it's a fake profile, I think Facebook is quicker when you report it as a fake profile. They take those very seriously.
So, but doing things like blocking the person, for example, that doesn't do any good. Just doesn't do any good. What you want to do is report the profile to Facebook. Does that make sense to everybody? And Sue is saying that she's got she needs 2 more members in the SiSi Syndication group.
That's Chris. Okay.
I'm sorry, Chris. Chris, you want to come on over and talk about that? Here, I just clicked you over. Maybe I clicked you over. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And because some people here may not know what the SiSi Syndication group is, and rather than me telling people what it is, we'll let Chris tell them what it is, and that'll be about wrapping up today because it's 11:59. I think we've sort of covered everything we wanted to talk about.
Chris disappeared. I wonder if she came over. Is she coming over?
She's on her way.
There she is.
The only other thing that I want to say about friend requests before we pass on the subject is I'm going to once again reiterate, and this is sort of based on something that we learned on Tuesday, also when we had Kay Somji on. Which, by the way, if anyone's here didn't see the Kay Somji interview on Tuesday, you want to go back and watch it. That was just an incredible interview with incredible information about how to build your following on Facebook using free advertising, using all just native Facebook organic stuff. Really, really incredible. A lot of good information. But one of the things that I learned is that Kay is sending out friend requests, contrary to what I've been teaching for some time. But it's very important to remember that you do not ever send out a friend request unless you also send out a message with it that tells the person why you are sending a friend request.
Yeah.
So, it's all right, and Kay has had good luck with it, going onto people's pages, going onto their profiles, making a comment or two, liking some of their posts, and etc., and then shooting them the friend request that says, hey, I liked your post, or I liked the energy of your page, or I like what you're doing, or I'd love to get to know you better. Let's connect. I'm sending a friend request. But without that message, why you're sending a friend request, those friend requests are going to go unanswered many times. So,
and didn't Kay also say that the other important thing to go with that is you don't want them hanging out there. So you also should go back, pretty regularly, whether it's once a week or once every few days, and check to see your outstanding requests. And if they don't reply back or whatever, then delete them and I don't know what you call it, but take them back or just delete the request altogether.
Yeah. So what Sue's saying, but you don't know that right away, this hacker was good. Yeah, he was. I know which one you're talking about, Sue, and yes, that one was very good. But I recognized immediately that it was a false profile. I mean, not immediately. It took me a minute to look through it and recognize it as fake. So you can. So again, the best piece of advice is if you can't tell, then fine, don't report it as spam if you're not sure. But the other way to do that, I'm going to say this, I hope it makes sense. The guy's name was Joe Blow. I'm not going to use his real name. Okay. What I did was I just went to the search bar and I typed Joe Blow's name in, and it came up with the real profile. And I could compare the real profile with the bogus one that I was looking at. And I could clearly see that this was a bogus profile. So that's the other way to do it, to confirm that the profile is not valid. Chris, you mentioned we have a couple spots in SiSi Syndication. I thought it'd be easier for you to explain what that is than for me, and because we've got some people here that probably don't know what SiSi Syndication is.
Well, it's a syndication group that's doing fan pages.
What does syndication mean, Chris? Make sure everybody knows.
That means you have a certain amount of people Monday through Friday that you go to their fan page, or there are a few people that are using their profiles, and you comment and like, and if it's really good, you can share the information. And we have a really good group right now. You have to commit to doing your Monday through Friday. And I watch it pretty close, and I throw people out.
Yeah, Chris is a taskmaster.
Well, if you're not going to do it, don't join it. You know? I can be a bitch when I want to be.
Chris!
What?
Shame on you. Shame on you.
Anyway, we do have a couple of spots open for a couple new members if they want to come in and commit to doing it.
So what's the website? SHC, just search on SHC Syndication. It's not a website, it's a page. It's a group.
It's a group. Maybe you can look it up and and you can request. And then I have a video you have to watch.
Yeah, just SHC Syndication. Just type that in. If you're interested in learning more about it, type it into the Facebook chat bar. It'll come up. The group will come up. If you can't find it, message me, message Chris, message Laura. Laura and I are both in it. There are Roxanne's in it. I think Larry's in it, isn't he?
No.
No, Larry's not in it. Okay. Okay. Anyhow, that's it. That's it. I guess that's all there are that's in it then. So
I think we've really gotten pretty close, all of us.
There you go.
There's the group.
Yeah, that's one really nice thing. When I came in the group, I was new and I was welcomed, and it does have to be a commitment, because it doesn't help anybody in the group if you're in the group and you're not posting stuff to be that they can comment on, and that you're not commenting. So I really like the idea, Chris, that you watch that, because if some people are doing it, some people aren't doing it, then it's not the group. So
sometimes things happen. Just let the group know what's going on with you. Don't just quit doing it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, no, that's right. All right, so SHC, I'm gonna come up.
See if you can do a clickable one.
Yeah, this one should be clickable.
You know what? They can just search it.
Yeah.
There's a
a
clickable one.
That's a clickable one.
So just request to join if you're interested. Like I said, we've got about two spots open. And then I'll break it up into another group.
And right now, about how many, if you're in the group, how many people's pages do you have to syndicate a day right now, approximately?
Right now, 11.
Okay.
I think it's 11. Some people are gone, so some got 10 and some have got 11.
So, okay.
Yeah, it's 11 plus or minus 1.
Okay.
And realistically, I mean, you can do this in 10 minutes a day. It doesn't have to be a great laborious process. You can do it pretty quickly.
Right. And the idea is not, you know, I know that some videos are in there and they can be pretty long. So the idea is to get the content, you can learn.
Just of what's going on in it and comment from there.
Right.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll be the first to admit I don't watch 17-minute videos. I just don't do it. But I'll watch a minute or two.
Julie's are 45 minutes.
What's that?
Julie's are 45 minutes because she's got her live.
Those are inappropriate on Facebook. They don't work. They don't work. So, you know, anyhow, we keep getting more people joining. We got 13 people on here right now. There's Alyssa. Hello, Alyssa. We're just about to finish up here. So for those of you who were not on,
yes, Larry. Yes, Larry, it is your fan page that you're syndicating.
Well, you can syndicate your personal profile too. Ray's syndicating his personal page.
I am too now.
No, not all of them are in MLSP or Asante.
It's a mix. That's what I really like about it. Is we have people that we don't even know what they're doing because they're branding themselves. Yeah. So it really is nice that you don't really know that because you don't really need to.
Like I have 3 fan pages, but I flip them back and forth every now and again.
Mm-hmm.
You do the health one and then do the coaching one too.
Right. So when you decide that you want to switch it, then you edit your own link, don't you, Chris?
Yeah, I just go in and change links of where I want people to go.
Yeah. Okay. And that's the same thing that we do in our team group. Is we have a few people that we're syndicating, and they can switch it. They have to decide what's working for them. You don't want to put a link in there on a page that you're not putting information on.
Yeah, you got to have content on there or you're not doing yourself any good.
Right.
Right. Yep. And you got to, I mean, if you're using Facebook for anything other than saying hi to your family, you really need to be putting up new content every day, and you should be posting, you should be posting realistically 3 to 5 times a day. So if you don't have new content up there every day, then yeah, you're just not doing yourself any favors. You're not going to go anywhere.
You're just wasting your time. That's what you're doing.
I love our group. It's a good group.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're about to wrap it up. Tuesday we have Larry. I don't know if it's going to be the nice Larry or the mean Larry. Which Larry's coming out on Tuesday?
It's going to be the awesome Larry.
The awesome Larry? Okay. We're going to have the awesome Larry Ryan on Tuesday, and he's going to teach us all about Post Planner because he's using Post Planner and he's getting fantastic results with it. And so that's what Tuesday's going to be. Now, just to remind everybody, in case you don't know and haven't seen my posts and things, you know what we didn't talk about, Laura, today? We didn't actually ever get to how do people to what I'm doing with the. We have some more stuff to talk about on Facebook. We'll have another Facebook session. Evil Larry's always fun. Yeah, there you go. I'm doing a law of attraction webinar Saturday morning at 8 o'clock. Yes, I know, Saturday morning at 8 o'clock. Another. No, but you know what, Chris, you went to my law of attraction webinar. What you were when I did it last year. What do you think about it?
I love it, and it's very informative, very well done, and I learned a lot.
Yeah. So I am doing the Law of Attraction webinar Saturday morning at 8 o'clock. And anyone who registers will get the replay, so it'll be available. Yes, it's 8 o'clock Saturday morning. That's a good time because you don't have to go to work on Saturday morning, most of us. That'd be 6 a.m. for you. No, Roxanne.
No, Roxy.
Roxanne, it's the other way, my
Yeah.
friend. What time zone are you in?
She's in Minnesota.
It's 10 o'clock, Roxanne, not 6 o'clock. You're not out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Are you on a boat 1,000 miles offshore? It's 10 o'clock, Roxanne. You made that comment. I saw that comment on one of the posts on my page, and I commented back to you. No, you're going the wrong direction, my friend. And by the way, we do go on to daylight savings time this weekend. So Sunday morning at 2 o'clock, the clocks move forward. Spring forward, fall back. So 2 o'clock Sunday morning becomes 3 o'clock. You lose an hour on Sunday morning. But anyhow, come to my Law of Attraction webinar Saturday. You'll be glad you did. It's a fun webinar. You'll learn a lot of stuff. And I have some new material. I'm updating it a bit from what we did about a year or so ago, Chris. It's not a complete rehash, but a lot of it is repetitive. But nevertheless.
I think I asked you that. Did you ever answer?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Did you?
I did. Roxanne asked it too.
Okay, I will come then.
So, but anyhow, we'll see you all Saturday maybe, and hopefully, and have a great weekend. And bye for now. Laura, you got anything? Any last?
No, bye everybody. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you, and we'll see you soon.
And thanks for coming over and talking about SiSi Syndication, Chris. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Thanks, Chris. Love ya.
Love you too.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.